Hey guys, this is Cardinal5 and welcome to another Flashback player review. So in this video we're going to be talking about Tony Gwynn actually becoming one of my favorite players to use in MLB The Show. Initially I did not think I'd be a huge fan of him because I usually prefer power guys, but I've been pleasantly surprised with Tony Gwynn. So let's go ahead and look at his attributes there. Actually has the most contact and play vision in the game. It's all 99s except that contact for slump 98. It's such a bummer there. No, just kidding. No, he really does have the most contact and play vision in the game. So he's gonna have the biggest PCI in the game due to his contact and play vision. You look at his power; it's only at 51 versus righties. But again, I believe the threshold is around 50. If you feel like you can hit home runs, if you power swing with this guy and pull the pitch, you can hit home runs with him. He's one of those guys where the PCI is so big, it really doesn't matter if you power swing or not. And if you can square up pitches, if you power swing, you can still drive the ball. It also helps if you play, at a Yankee Stadium or Sportsman's Park, which is short right field, and he can definitely hit home runs. He also has 90 clutch, 58 discipline, 75 bunt, so he can be a good bunter as well. But what's also really great about this card is his fielding, and the fact he can play center field and left field. And of course, we look at his hot zones; they're all hot, no cold zones whatsoever. But yeah, his fielding is remarkable: 93 fielding, 92 arm strength, 88 reaction, 86 speed, and 72 stealing. So this is a guy you can bat 1, 2, 3 in the order. I've also used him as a second cleanoff man, or a second leadoff man, sorry, in the 9 hole. So you can bat him just about anywhere in your lineup, and I really like him. You can do hit and runs with him. You can bunt, you can play small ball, you can steal bags with him, and I also like to play him in center just depending on the matchups, that day for my inside edge. And actually, let's go back there and look at some stats of Tony Gwynn. So I've used him a lot. I have 191 AV, so I like to think this is a pretty good sample size. I have 12 doubles, only 5 triples. I'm surprised I don't have more. But what really stands out is look at the home run total. 24 home runs with this guy. 24 home runs. 23 against righties, only 1 against lefties. So like I said, that power against righties, I believe it's enough to hit home runs, but only 44 power versus lefties, I feel like it's a lot more difficult. Plus it's harder to see a pitch lefty on lefty. 62 runs scored, 51 RBIs. 51 RBIs and 62 runs scored. And how many games? 74 games. That's remarkable. 10 walks, 12 strikeouts. I don't strike out very much with him. I will draw a walk every now and with him. It's about even. Only grounded into a double play one time, and that's something else that is overlooked about cards like this. He bats from the left side. He has good speed, good contact, and it's still hard to double him up. And I've used him for 360 innings, 9 stolen bases. Haven't got caught stealing once. This isn't a card you can abuse on the base path. It does have good speed and stealing, but it's not a card you're going to get 2 or 3 stolen bases a game. So be smart about stealing. But let's look at the batting average. I believe this card has the highest batting average on my team. If we actually look at people that I've been using online and on an everyday basis. I see Jeff Frankier here, but I only use him against lefties. And look at the differences in plate appearances. Tony Gwynn has 202 plate appearances. I'm hitting a legit 414 with this guy. 432 versus righties, 333 against lefties. 906 slugging, 441 on base, 1346 OPS. Just a remarkable card. And I'll even show you guys my squad right now. I have him playing center. Sometimes I'll have Edmonds playing center. It really just depends on the matchups. If I have a good first baseman for that day, or if I feel like going more speed in the outfield, I'll put him in center. If not, I'll put him in right. A lot of that depends on my inside edge matchups, especially for like Cespedes. If he has a good matchup that day, or if I have a good first baseman, it just depends. Sometimes I'll put him in center, sometimes I'll put him in right. But let's talk about how to obtain this card. Go to missions, and of course this is going to be another card you get in Conquest, and I believe it's one of the better cards as well, up there with that Ichiro card, which I do not have quite yet. But if we go to Conquer and Command and we go for the Padres, you'll see exactly how to get this card. Pretty similar how to get most cards in Conquest. So yeah, we go to the Padres here. If you conquer the Padres, it unlocks the first mission. And then you go to the next, and you actually get a nice card of that Flashback Latos if you rack up innings. I believe the innings is, I want to say 1,500, I'm not sure off the top of my head though. Just do grinding, whatever you have to do. Play online, play a fringe, play against a computer, whatever you have to do to get those innings in. And then you finally get Tony Gwynn by embodying Padres and feeding them to your Dynasty player. And he's a 95 overall. So yeah, this is a very, very similar card to Ichiro, but even though I haven't used Ichiro really, I prefer this card because I just feel like he can hit home runs and Ichiro really can't. So what we're going to do next, guys, we're going to go into some batting practice and show you guys a few pointers. I'll show you guys a few clips with him as well, so stay tuned for that. Alright guys, so I'll show you some gameplay clips, and here I am facing Darren O'Day. I have Tony Gwynn up at the plate, and we're playing at Main Street Park, which actually has a short right field. So right now, I'm looking middle in, and I got that fastball up and in. And a lot of times I will power swing because his PCI is so big, and he gets just enough of it, guys. I'm telling you, he gets so many home runs that go just barely out. He hit that one 363, and he doesn't even necessarily have to always square them up, and you don't always necessarily have to power swing. Just get under the ball. I do recommend power swinging if you are trying to pull it though. And so in this next game, I want to show you guys this AB against Jose Fernandez. He starts me off with 2 pitches inside. I have a 2-0 count. Let's see. I'm going to start. I'm going to start to look middle in here and try to power swing. I get a pitch away. That's not what I want right there. Even though nobody's on, I want to hit for power with Tony Gwynn. I want to make people respect it. 2-1 count. Still looking for a pitch to drive. He throws one down and in. I lay off it. I get a 3-1 count. Hitter's count here. I'm looking to power swing and drive the ball. He throws me a fat one. I'm taking. That's not what I want. Still trying to get on base with Tony. So now we get a full count. Now I have to swing. Let's see what he throws me. He throws me a breaking ball, middle in, mistake. Gwynn got just enough of it. This hit off the wall and bounced over. Just enough of it for another home run. I get so many home runs like this with Tony Gwynn. So he can hit home runs, guys. You just have to stay on the ball and pull it. And this next AB is an example of what not to do with Tony Gwynn if you don't pull it. I got perfect contact on that pitch, and it was just kind of a weak fly out to center. And that's kind of the big problem with cards like him and Ichiro. You have to pull it if you want to hit for power. And this is an example of when I don't want to hit for power and I just want to go opposite field. I just want to stay on the ball, stay on top of it, and be late on the pitch. And he starts me off with a slider there. I don't want it. Starts me out. Then next pitch he comes with a splitter. I'm a little out in front, a little early. Now I'm 0-2. I'm trying to protect. He throws me a pitch up and away. I go with it. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. He's an awesome opposite field hitter. So stay tuned for some batting practice and some more tips, guys. Alright guys, so here we're going to do some batting practice, do some bat control. We're going to stick with that last camera, the show, I think it's the show 16 camera. And we're going to try to, just bat control, hit it to where they pitch it, facing Jose Fernandez here. Right there, did I just hit that out? This is on all-star difficulty, by the way. I didn't hit that out, but that would have been a double in the gap, more than likely. But like I said, for Tony Gwynn, he has enough power here. The only time you really want to hit for power, did I just hit that out, Tony Gwynn? This is on all-star difficulty, by the way. That's what I'm telling you guys. Like, he has enough power to hit it out if you square it up and pull it. And I didn't even power swing there. Now I'm going to power swing. He threw a good pitch there. Really good pitch. So, I mean, it's kind of a, different hitter here. You either want to look, up the middle or opposite field and stay on top of the ball, try to hit grounders, line drives, or you can turn Tony Gwynn into a little bit of a power hitter and try to look to pull the ball. I recommend playing at places that have a short porch in right field if you want to get the most out of Tony Gwynn's power. Yeah, but just look to turn on the ball. Every now and then you will hit some weak pop-ups. Don't get discouraged. But when I'm looking, middle away like this, I like to stay on top of it, and I actually got a good hit there. I didn't stay back enough. But his PCI is so big, even against good pitchers. If you just stay on the ball and get on the ball, you'll get good contact. Similar to Ichiro though, like he has really good speed. So when you're going opposite field, it's okay if you hit a grounder. You can run some of those out, even if you go up the middle. Make the shortstop make a tough play and get you out. The only thing you don't want to do is when you're looking middle in, don't chase pitches away, guys. You're gonna have lazy flyouts. He doesn't have that much power where he can just run into home runs. You really have to be super precise on it. If you guys do not feel comfortable, using Tony Gwynn like this, you might want to have an approach where you're only looking middle away. If you don't feel comfortable, pulling the pitches at all with him, just look middle away. Start your PCI a little bit higher, and try to get on top of the ball. Like right there, I think that would have been caught. It was a really good hit. You guys see how I squared it up perfectly? That's exactly what I'm talking about with this type of card like Tony Gwynn. That right there, if you pull it, that's a good example. If you pull it, I don't know if that would have been caught, but I almost hit that out. It's 361. In most parks, that's out to right field. But if you want to try to get on top of it, just like that. See how I'm just a little bit on top of it, more so than I was the last one when I flew out the center. I was like nearly right on it. Bam, right there. I'm going to stay on top of it. You would rather ground out than fly out Tony Gwynn is basically what I'm trying to say. Utilize his speed and utilize his good contact and play vision. Something else with Tony Gwynn is you want to see a lot of pitches with him. He can become a huge threat on the base paths if you get him on, especially if you want to lead him off or bat him in the 2-hole. Make sure you guys see a lot of pitches with him. Don't be afraid to hit 2 strikes with him. Even if you want, you can even contact swing with him and try to go opposite field. You can get hits like that as well. I mean, there's no problem with contact swinging, especially if you get 2 strikes. A guy like Tony Gwynn, you want to put the ball in play and you want to make the defense make a play on you. So that's basically it for my pointers, guys. Those are my basic tips. A really cool card, and definitely one of the cooler legends. Didn't think I'd be a huge fan of it, but definitely can be utilized really well. And then there's another good hit too. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed this review of Tony Gwynn. Definitely an awesome card, and I'm definitely gonna say this is better than Ichiro, just because I do like that +10 power against righties. So this is card number 5 signing out. Peace.